What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a bootcamp episode on learning the basics, and today we're going to be going over the trading time. Now, this is not something that's very difficult. It's honestly pretty easy to understand. You just got to know from when to trade, and I'm also going to give you guys like a couple of options if that doesn't work. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right. So, as you guys already learned, right? I think market structure and just like how the market moves, you got to actually understand when you're going to be able to trade, right? Because if you're not trading in a probable time, there's no point of trading at all. Obviously, when you're trading, when you're putting money down into entering a trade, you're risking that money and you want the highest chances to win. Now, when are you going to actually get these highest chances? When there is the most volatility. Volatility basically means when there's actually the most movement in the markets. So, right, even if we were to go on like a time frame like this, we can see, right? We can see that these like squares right here that I have marked, they usually they move pretty nice, right? So we have this, which is New York session. We have London session here, and then we have Asia here. Okay, so as you guys can see, you guys might be wondering, well, why do you have these squares marked out? What do they represent? They pretty much just represent different time frames into the trading market, right? So the trading day is, let's say you're in Eastern time, right? So it's going to open at 6 p.m. Eastern time and it is going to close, I believe, at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And throughout that period, right, the best time to trade is during New York session. Now, why is New York session the best time to trade? Just because all the banks in the US are trading during that time, meaning that there is the most amount of money going into the markets, and that's why it moves the most. Okay, so obviously you want to be trading through one of these sessions, and now you might be asking, well, Mish, when is this time frame? What do you got to be doing? Like, is it that difficult? No, it's really not. So, what time frames you got to trade at? So you got to be trading at 8, so 9:30, 30 to around like, I want to say I usually trade from 9:30 to like 11:30 ish, right? 11:30 ish. This is the New York session. Okay, so New York session. This is very probable. This is honestly the best time to trade throughout the day, just because it is there's so much movement coming into the markets. This is where almost all of the bread blueprint models play out. If you're looking through the trade recaps, if you're looking through just wins, community trades, anything that me, Nick, or Vladdy have taken, it's usually happening throughout this time frame. And now you're like, why is this happening? Again, there's just the most amount of liquidity in the markets. Okay, liquidity is like orders. You're gonna learn about that in the next video, I believe. But now you might be asking, well, Mish, I got school or I got work or I'm just not free. This is hold on, let me just clarify this. Like, this is like I live in like Europe or something. Like, what's going on? I can't trade this. You're good, bro. You're good. Now, it is preferable if you are trading this session, but if I had to pick another option, I would probably choose trading Asia. Now, Asia and London, actually, I'm gonna just say Asia and London are pretty interchangeable. So for me, Asia session is I usually trade it at about 6:45 or 7:45 Eastern, 7:45 to like 8, no, 9:30. Okay, right? Not 8:30. 8:30. Yeah. Okay. 8:30. Okay. EST Asia session. Okay. And then after that, there is what I like to call, I don't trade this, okay? London session, but I don't trade this because it is 3 a.m. in Chicago. I live in Chicago. I'm obviously sleeping, okay? But it is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. I believe. A.m. EST New or London session, okay? So these are probably your 3 best choices of trading. Now, wherever you are in the world, I promise you that you're probably going to be able to find a setup in one of these time frames that works for you, okay? Now, again, why are these time frames good? They're just the best to trade in because the most amount of moves happen, all right? So we got to look at New York session, right? This is, again, the best, number one. And you just got to look at what's going on throughout the markets, right? So I'm going to go to a day because, all right. So let's go wherever this was. Okay. Right here's fine. right? What do we see? We see London, right? Big move up, okay? We see New York, pretty choppy, right? We move up, then down, then up, then down, okay? And then we see Asia, we move up, okay? Now, you guys look at the other time frames. What's going on throughout the other time frames? From 4 a.m. to literally 7:30, pretty much nothing, no big moves, okay? This time here, this is Asia session. I don't know, it's not marked out, but as you guys can see, the biggest moves, like here, like this is literally New York, so this is New York still, and then this is coming into the new day, and then Asia comes here, okay? So what you guys really have to learn from this is just trading at good times. Again, where did I delete it, bro? Okay. Just trade. Trading at 9:30 Eastern. Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. 9:30 Eastern to around 11:30 Eastern. That is preferable. That's where you're gonna see all of your setups. Not even that much to talk about. I'm not gonna sit here and waste your time. That's pretty much it. So yeah, without further ado, catch y'all boys in the next one.